Hello, this is Aryana Rollins coming to you with my little office out in the trees. It's a balcony. How do you know if you're working on something that's right for you? There's so many great things you probably can accomplish. Projects maybe that you started that you haven't finished, or maybe there's something new you'd like to experience. And a part of you is, yes, I want to go forward on it. And then a part of you looks at what maybe you didn't complete. And you're thinking, who am I to start something new? I've got all these other things to complete. Do you? Should you complete them first before starting something new? I've got a quick thing to share with you. When you are looking to start something new, make a change, accomplish something, it's so important that you get clear why. I know a lot of people have talked about this, but here I'm going to give you my little bent on this important subject. If you initiate something using your head only and ignoring your feelings, ignoring your heart, and you start the momentum of working on it, putting your energy in it, putting maybe your money, your resources into it, what can happen is you've started like this engine, and this engine wants to continue. And there's momentum and energy behind it. Kind of like, if you decide, I don't know if this is really right for me. I'm not kind of really getting it now, and it's not something that I want to continue with. But I don't know how to stop. I've already put so much of my life force and energy and resources into it. It's got to pay off. It's going to happen. Well, if you think about it as like this huge ocean liner, maybe a tanker, and it's shipping lots and lots of things on it, so it's heavy. Okay, it's really heavy. Well, how long do you think it takes for that captain to turn that around? If someone says, "Oh, we forgot a whole shipment. We got to turn around," or "We've got to stop. There's an iceberg in front of us." How long do you think it takes for the captain, once he sees something has to change, either turn around or stop because something's right in front, we're going to crash into it? A long time. I'm not a captain of a ship, but it's a long time. It's not instant. It's not like you're driving a car and you see something in front of you and you can stop in, 15 seconds. 60 miles per hour to zero in, 15 seconds or so. I don't even know what it is, but you get the idea, okay? So stopping on a dime isn't possible, so to speak, when you have invested a lot of yourself into it. So what do? How do you harvest out the energy of what you've put in there and start to move towards something else? I'm going to give you a quick little exercise that I teach my private clients. It's called the project inventory process. So pause the video now if you don't have paper and pencil in front of you, and come back when you're ready. Okay, you got paper in front of you? Okay, great. So the first, I'd like you to picture there are 4 columns, okay? The first column is put the name of the project, maybe, or something you want to achieve, okay? And if you started it, okay, but you haven't finished it, put the name of it. And then the second column is who's involved. So obviously are there other people involved? Okay, is it maybe a family member who's helping you? Or maybe if you're self-employed, you've got one of your business associates helping you with something. Who's going to be impacted if you stop that suddenly, okay? Who do you have to inform? All right. Then the third column, and this is where I really want you to pay attention. Why? Why did you start this? Why do you want to finish it? What are you going to get out of it? Why do you want to accomplish it? Why is the important part? And why? Why is why important? Well, it's the juice. It's the emotion. It's the energy. It's the thing that's going to get you finishing it. If you remember, sometimes things, we can start them and they seem like a good idea, and then we hit some speed bumps. We hit some habit patterns, some unconscious blockages, and that are coming up, and we've got to resolve them. maybe get the questions answered or learn something new, or basically clear the energy because it has nothing to do with current day before we can move forward. So the why, connect with that. Write down as much as you need to about that why. All right. Then the fourth one is it appropriate and for your highest and best good to complete the project? Okay, things change. I remember, I often share this story, is when I first designed this project inventory process, everything that I teach my students and what you're going to learn here is what I've done for myself. Okay, I don't ever recommend something that I haven't tried. And a lot of things, it's for me to get unstuck and then, oh, this is beneficial, and I'll teach somebody else. It was, I had some things started and I was dispersed. I could feel my energy was like in too many different pies. You know, I was in this networking group and I was thinking about joining a speakers group in San Diego, and I had this class I was teaching, and I wanted to launch something else, on and on. And I could feel my energy was spread too wide, and I wasn't penetrating enough to completion. So I wrote them all down. And I put down everything, projects I started, and I became aware, oh my gosh, I started this knitting project when my son was, I don't know, really young, because I remember I bought the yarn, this organic wool back in Kashmir, back in New Jersey when he was 3. So I've been carrying that around. Now, at this time, I think he was 14. I've been carrying it for 11 years, and I'd only completed this much of it, right, the back of it, and I was invested in it. And I saw the vision of what this sweater would look like. And imagine me wearing it. You know, here I am in Southern California, though. At that point, it's like, it doesn't get that cold. Well, it does in the, you know, deep winter, maybe for about a month. And it was really hard to let it go because, and this is a clue for you, if it's hard to let something go, is that I remembered all the times that I would bring my knitting bag to the park and watch my son play. And now, you know, he's a full-grown, almost man, you know? And the connection and the peacefulness and the joy that I had while I knitted was still in that knitting project. Even though my son was now, 14, and we're not going to parks and me watching him on the swings anymore. This is just sitting in a box in the garage, and it's beckoning at me. Aren't you going to complete me? Aren't you going to complete me? Aren't you going to complete me? It's like an open loop, and the energy that was invested in there wants to be completed. Nothing wrong with that. So I want you to write down your why. Okay, so why did I start that? It gave me something to do while my son was playing. Is that a reason to continue it? Not really. It's not a big reason, right? Okay, so then the last column, is it for your highest and best good to do? Now this is where it's a little tricky, and reach out if you want some support, and I'll give you some guidance on this. What you're going to be doing is, instead of checking with your head, okay, you're going to be checking inside in the place where you can trust and you can get your deepest, most important answers for you and your life. And I like to call this part of us our true essence self. It's the part of us that we came in with. It's the part of us that was so active and present when we were a child and we were engaged in life before we went to school. It's the part of us that knows what is for our highest and best good. So what you'll do is, and I'll teach you a real quick exercise, and then we're going to get on to you getting those answers for you. So you're going to close your eyes, you place your feet flat on the floor, take a deep breath in of peace and calming, and exhale out the earlier part of your day. Just let it go. You're really present right now. Nothing else is there. Very good. Now picture yourself in one of your most perfect nature spots. Maybe it's the ocean or the mountains. You can just deeply relax. You feel held in that nature spot, and just the quality of the air is so beautiful. Imagine you can breathe in that high quality air. Picture yourself there. Take a deep breath. And exhale out the earlier part of this conversation we're having right now. Just let it go. Very good. Bring your awareness to your feet flat on the floor. And imagine at the bottom of your feet, you have like a tree root, somewhat like a tree, okay, which connects you deeply into the grounding and the centering of the earth. So imagine you can follow one of those roots all the way, all the way, all the way to the center of the earth. And imaginarily picture a circle of light that you can plant that root in that circle of light, grounding you, centering you, signifying you are there. Now, allow any tenseness, any resistance, any againstness that you're holding in your body, anything that's blocking the love and the light from entering your cells, allow it to flow down, 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 out your feet, into the soil of the earth below. You might actually feel a bit of tingling at the bottom of your feet as the resistance that you're holding in your body leaves you. Very good. Now I'd like you to focus on the center of your chest, right above your heart. And imagine when I ask you this question, you're going to intuit an answer. You're going to see something or feel something, maybe even hear something. You'll get a little flash. I'd like you to ask this question. And it's hearing me as your body's hearing me. Please show me a memory where I felt relaxed, fulfilled, peaceful, satisfied, maybe even loved. Take whatever comes up, or if it's a blank, that's fine too. So whatever you see, I'd like you to ask this question. True self, the part of me that knows who I really am and knows what's for my highest and best good, were you present in that memory? And you'll get kind of a soft, intuitive yes or a no or blank. Take whatever you've got. Okay, if you get a yes, great. I'd like you to, and if you get a no, open your eyes now. No problem. That kind of connecting in with your inner guidance just takes a little practice. It'll come with time. And reach out again if you'd like some support. Okay, so now you can put your finger on that first project. And you say, true self, is this for my highest and best good to complete? If you get a no, put a little no next to it. Next one. True self, is this for my highest and best good to complete? You get a yes, great, put a yes. Go through all of them. Now the no's, if you've got any contradiction like I had, I didn't want to throw away that knitting project because I put a lot of money into it and I started it. So I asked, okay, true self, what should I do with it? I said, donate it with all the instructions and everything so someone could get started. I said, okay, all right. Easy answer, right? And then all the other projects. Now, what if you get a yes and you've got multiple yeses? Well, you can ask that part of you that's so wise and knows your energy, knows what will uplift you, and knows what you'll be successful at. Ask it to prioritize. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Now, sometimes if you're like me, it's really hard for me to stay on one project to the end. I've got 2 or 3. So if my energy gets lit up about another one, I can move to that and I move that one forward. Now, that's my style. Sometimes it can say it take a while to complete them, but I do. Eventually, I complete them. But if you're someone who works much better at one thing, completing it to the end, by all means, do that. Okay, great. So that was the project inventory process, and I hope that was helpful. Please leave your comments down below. If you did the exercise, what insights did you get? How did it serve you? Thank you so much for your time. I know there's a lot you could be listening to and a lot you could be doing, and you gave me your time today, and I hope that was valuable. Sending you off with as much love and optimism and positivity that I can muster for you. Bye for now.